Hi, this is TJ with Piano Clubhouse, and today I'm going to show you how to play There's No Easy Way by James Ingram. The song is in the key of E flat. E flat has three accidentals. The E flat scale is E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat. Towards the bridge, it changes keys a couple of times to the key of B, key of D. I think it jumps to the key of A for a little bit, and then back to E flat. So it jumps around a little bit toward the bridge, but for the most part, 90% of the song is in the key of E flat. And of course, I'll show you the changes when we get to those. So let's get started. Introduction. So we're going to start up here. This is middle C, so we're going to kind of be a little bit, right hand is going to be to the right of middle C, left hand will be just to the left of it. We're going to start out on an E flat major chord, E flat in the left, octave E flats, right hand is going to be on G at E flat, hit E flat again by itself. Matter of fact, let me just give you the right hand first. G, A flat, E flat, A flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, G, F, B flat. We walk it back down. Okay? So let me do, throw the left hand. Left hand is going to be E flat. You're starting at octaves, and you're just walking this thumb down. This pinky stays on E flat while the right hand walks down. Down to D flat, then down half steps to C, then to B. And then we're going to go down and do the same thing an octave lower. And the song starts right there on this B flat and E flat. Okay, so let's try it slowly together. Starts, okay? So that's the introduction. Once we get to the first verse, we're going to start on left hand's on E flat. This fifth is the octave, this B flat. Right hand's going to be on an E flat major chord. Let me give you two or three chords that I'm going to be using repetitively here, so I can just give you the names of the chords. And you can just, I don't have to spell out the chord every single time I say it. So the one chord will be this E flat major chord, E flat, G, B flat. And I like to throw that F in there. So if I say one chord, or if I say E flat chord, this is what I'm talking about. E flat, F, G, B flat. I might say the 4 chord. This is the 4 chord. It's an A flat major chord. And when I throw in that G, it becomes an A flat major 7th. You may see me do it here. You might see me throw this E flat to the top here and do this inversion of it. Either way, this is a 4 chord or an A flat major chord. It may help you to take notes and write these down so you can reference them at any point in time during this video. Okay, next, I call this my 2-5-1 chord, because I use the second note of the scale, the fifth note of the scale, and the first note of the scale in that order, 2-5-1. And I like to actually add that G with my thumb. So I'm playing F, G, B flat, and E flat. Now if you remember, or if you remember, the first chord I showed you was the E flat 1 chord, where this E flat was down here. And so this, my 2-5-1 chord, this is actually an inverted version of this one chord. The only difference is this E flat is thrown at the top instead of down here. But the way that it's spaced out with this E flat way up here, it gives it a slightly different sound. So when I say 2-5-1, it's this version of that one chord I showed you before. Okay, so I showed you the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 2-5-1 chord, and I think the last one I'll show you is the 5 chord, which is a B flat major chord. We can do it this way: D, F, B flat, and D, or do this inversion where the D is up at the top. F, B flat, D. Regardless, if I say 5 chord or B flat chord, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? So let's get started from the beginning. Of course, there are other chords in the song, and I'll spell those out as I get to them. But these are the most common ones that I'll be repeating, and it's just faster just to name the chord names. Okay? So from the beginning, 1 chord over E flat and B flat. Next, left goes to F and E flat. Right hand goes to this 4 chord. It's inverted one time from here up to here. Okay? 2-5-1 over G. This E flat's gonna stay here. So I was here. I'm going to here. Next, right hand goes back to this 4 chord. The left hand, this E flat still stays, while the pinky is walking up. From the beginning, 4 chord over F, 2-5-1 over G. From here, we shift this left hand stays on the A flat and D flat, E flat, while the right hand, it is on this 4 chord. We're going to shift from here. The next chord, you're going to go over to a B flat chord, F, B flat, D. Here to here. Next, the left hand A flat moves down to G, while the right hand stays on B flat. Left hand goes to C, right hand goes to an E flat major chord, G. You can even do 2-5-1, B flat, E flat. Okay, let's go from the beginning. Okay, then we move on. 4 chord over A flat and D flat. 2-5-1 over G. 4 chord over F and C. 2-5-1 over G. And then E flat suspended. E flat, A flat, B flat over B flat in the left. Let's go from the beginning to this point. Then the second section of the verse starts out like the beginning. So at the end of this, the first time we went to that. The second time through, go to a D flat major chord. Left hand is D flat, A flat. Right hand just goes to a D flat major chord, D flat, F, A flat with the added E flat. And then E flat suspended over B flat. Okay, another chord we'll probably use a few times. The E flat suspended chord, which is E flat, A flat, and B flat. Okay, so add that to your list of chords. Okay, moving on. So let's break down that last section of the verse. So we went to the D flat, then suspended, then this section again starts out like the first two sections. E flat major, 4 chord over F, 2-5-1 over G, 4 chord over A flat now. Here's a new chord. Left hand goes back to G. Right hand is F, A, B, E flat. Then C. Right hand goes to F, G, B flat, D. Then doing these little chord riffs here. B flat major. Leave the B flat. Pivot the right hand to the right. Pivot the hand to the right up to E flat major. Leave the B flat here. You're just going back and forth between F, B flat, D to G, B flat, E flat. Okay? This third section again. Okay, going on. Left hand goes to F and C. Right hand is on F suspended, F, B flat, C. And then to resolve it, pull this B flat down to A. Then after coming out of the suspended, we go to the 4 chord over A flat, 2-5-1 over G, 4 chord again over F, E flat suspended over B flat, and then introduction. Then back to the beginning, I'll play it through one time. So that's the whole verse. Going into the bridge, coming out of it, normally we'll go to the introduction right here, but when you're ready to go to the bridge, you don't go to the introduction. You just stay out here. You just ride the E flat 1 chord. Now we're going to change keys. Now we're doing a bunch of key changes for the bridge. We're going to the key of B now. B flat, B, D sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, and F sharp over B. The first chord. Left hand goes down to G sharp. It was on B for the first chord, then goes down to G sharp for the second chord. Right hand, all you do is just drop the B to B to A sharp.